Wanna be Ryan the Great, and today we are talking the Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans, guys. L'Jarius Sneed is on the move. He is going to Tennessee. The Kansas City Chiefs, some people don't like the value they got for him. I'll talk about it in a little bit. L'Jarius Sneed had the franchise tag placed on him. He obviously wanted to get paid his money. The Kansas City Chiefs could not, grant his demands as, they already paid Chris Jones a boatload amount of money, so they could not afford to pay L'Jarius Sneed. The Kansas City Chiefs moving on from Tennessee. Tennessee having a very, very active offseason. L'Jarius Sneed just their latest move. So we're going to get right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my Viral in the Great blogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Around the Card Great. Make sure you guys go find me on X, Around the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go find me on TikTok at Around the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go find me on Twitch at Around the Great Podcast. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as we go on the video, let's roll that intro. Won't be Ryan the Great, and today it'll be intercepted! The defensive line. What the hell are you doing? No effort whatsoever when it came to the defense. That he is 0 for 2 today. Come on, Stotty. Stop! Red slam! First pitch! Bring him in! Braxton! Stop! Woo! Bring that! Yes! Oh, damn. 1, 2, 3. What? Alright, let's go into the video. So starting off, let's talk about the compensation, and let's just get all of the facts out of the way before we get into all the opinions. The Kansas City Chiefs, for trading L'Jarius Sneed, they're going to receive a 2025 third-round pick and a 2024 seventh-round pick swap. The Titans, they're going to receive L'Jarius Sneed in this trade. Now, as I talked about, before we are doing the analysis, that L'Jarius Sneed wanted a new contract from the Kansas City Chiefs. The Tennessee Titans are willing to do that. They are going to pay him a 4-year, $76 million contract. That is $19 million annually. I believe 20-something million is guaranteed. Don't fact check me on that. I'm not totally sure. But let's get into the analysis. So, what does this move mean for the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't think it was a bad move from the Chiefs. Obviously, a third-round pick is going to be low to the casual fan for one of the best corners in the game. But his value has gone down a little bit because of the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs were shopping him around, and the fact that the whole league knows that the Kansas City Chiefs cannot pay L'Jarius Sneed $76 million. So that derails his value. A third-round pick is not that bad. Honestly, if you got a second-round pick, that would have been incredible value. If you would have got a fourth or fifth-round pick, that probably would have been very, very low. But the fact that you were able to get a third-round pick is not the worst thing in the world. Also, you've won a championship before with McDuffie as probably your best corner, and he had a really great season last year. I think he was a little, I don't want to say worse, but he definitely was a level below L'Jarius Sneed last season. But you can't deny that Trent McDuffie is a very, very good corner. He's very, very underrated as well. I don't think that it's that bad. Obviously, your defense in the secondary is going to take a little bit of a hit. I think that McDuffie and Sneed were probably the best 1-2 punch combo corner duo in the NFL. But obviously, your defense is going to take a little bit of a hit from that. I thought that Sneed fit into Steve Spagnuolo's defense just beautifully. I mean, he can really do anything on the field. But if you really want a cornerback that badly, you can go out in the second round, because I think that they're going to take a receiver in the first round, whoever falls to them, the best receiver, whoever falls. But if you want to go out in the second round, you can get a guy like Rake Straw out of Missouri. He's one of the best corners in this draft right now. I think that I don't think he's going to be taken too high. I don't think teams are that high on him, but I like him a little bit. You can also go out in the second round and possibly get a guy like a Cam Hart out of Notre Dame. He was one of the best corners. If you want to say Notre Dame's in the ACC, you can definitely do that. If you want to, we'll just say he was one of the best corners in the ACC. He played really, really well last season. I've obviously seen him play because he played for Notre Dame, and I like Notre Dame. But if you really want a cornerback that badly, you can just trade up. You don't have to stay where you are in the second round, which is one of the last picks. You can trade up and go in a corner. If you're that upset about it, then you can go do that. I don't think the Chiefs will be, because they're not typically like that. They are typically the ones getting rid of their assets, not trading up to get assets. So it is what it is. But, Steve Spagnuolo is one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. I think he'll be able to figure out this defense, because he won how many Super Bowls has he won? Like three championships. This man knows what he's doing. Now, what does this move mean for the Tennessee Titans? Well, this tells me one thing, and not on one thing only, but the thing that kind of bursts out when you think of this trade. This tells me that the Titans are going all in on Will Levis. Like, they're not kind of experimenting anymore with him. They're moving on from Ryan Tannehill. It doesn't seem like they're bringing him back. And Will Levis seems like he's the guy. Obviously, Will Levis fell to the second round. Not a lot of people believed in him. I was really surprised that he fell to the second round. I thought that he was a lot better than, I thought he was a lot worse than guys like Anthony Richardson, obviously, and obviously C.J. Stroud. But the Titans really got a steal on him, getting him in the second round. And, he became the starting quarterback a little bit into the season. And he played very well. Like, with the team that he had, with the weapons that he had, with a terrible offensive line, not too many really receivers, your best receiver in Treylon Burks injured for most of the season, I thought he played really, really well. He ran the ball very well. He was able to protect himself. I thought he was a half-decent quarterback. But now you're bringing in guys like Tony Pollard. You might overpay for Calvin Ridley, but that's really okay. He's going to be your best receiver now, and you can compete with him. You re-signed Westbrook Icon, I believe that's how you say his name. You've been able to build up your defense even great as well. This is a very underrated defense on paper. You brought in Awuzie, from Cincinnati, one of the best lockdown corners in the NFL. He obviously followed Brian Callahan to the Tennessee Titans. One of the best shutdown corners in the game. You got L'Jarius Sneed, another one of the best shutdown corners in the game right now. Great in one-on-one coverage. And then you brought in a guy like a Sebastian Joseph Day, another guy from Cincinnati, that you can work with Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best bag artists in the NFL. You bring in a good run stopper like Sebastian Joseph Day, you got a recipe for success right there. And then you bring in one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, in Kenneth Murray Jr. This guy had 107 total tackles in 15 played games last season. Let's not overlook Kenneth Murray Jr. He was very, very good last season. The Titans can honestly compete for a playoff spot this season. Do I think that they will win their division? It's kind of hard to say. I mean, the Titans definitely have a hard path to beat, top contenders, because this team is relatively young. They're all new together. It definitely would be tough to, win. But honestly, the way your division is packed right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they had a down year this season. Everybody's expecting them to play really, really well. They obviously lost Calvin Ridley in the offseason. The Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson's going to be coming back. You're obviously going to be competing with them. And then you got to compete with C.J. Stroud. Realistically, the Titans can't compete for a division crown this season. Do I think they'll compete for a Super Bowl? No. But can they compete for the division? Absolutely. Anyway, that'll do it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, get the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Linda Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go find me on X or Undergate RTG. Make sure you guys go find me on TikTok at Undergate RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the Star 7 podcast. And make sure you guys go find me on Twitch at Undergate Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.